Have you been paying attention to Bill Belichick?
I've been trying not to, but it's coming up. Go ahead.
Okay, so for those of you who do not know this, Bill Belichick is now the head football coach at the University of North Carolina. Now, here's the thing about working at UNC. It is a public institution, and you are susceptible to FOIA requests, and you have to turn over communication. And so what this means is we get Bill Belichick's emails, and what we learned early in this process is that Bill Belichick has requested that his 24-year-old girlfriend be copied on all emails. She identifies herself as the chief operating officer of Belichick Productions, a company, by the way, that is not registered. It's a movie. It's some Legally Blonde type shit, man. Like, she shows up, like she has been prepared and ready for this day her whole life. She is a beauty pageant type, right? Like, she was a contestant for Miss Maine. She's showing up in all the fly gear and the boots and everything, and she's with him everywhere, making sure he's mic'd up properly. Like, all of this stuff. It is the wildest thing to watch. It's Bill Belichick. Like, we went to that joint at the Super Bowl when they pulled up together. They gave him the first meatball. Wasn't that the thing they did at that dinner? Or were you gone when they gave him the first meatball?
Yeah, I think I missed the presentation of the first meatball.
Yeah. He cut open they brought him up to the front and he cut open the first meatball. But his woman is running his affairs, and boy, she ain't no joke. The Athletic got a hold of some emails. Oh, okay. I was talking to my guys in North Carolina about this, and I knew I was right. This is from Pro Football Talk Post. She sent in an email and she said, is there anyone monitoring the UNC football page for slanderous commentary and subsequently deleting it / blocking users that are harassing BB in the comments? And the next day, Belichick wrote this: I cannot believe that UNC would support my being called a predator. She hopped up into email to defend the idea that Steve Belichick is a product of nepotism. Quote, it can easily be misinterpreted that Steve is simply benefiting from nepotism, but that is not the case. Steve was fortunate to have learned defensive football and strategy from the greatest defensive mind of all time. He has earned his position due to his performance and output. It is really worth emphasizing the point that Steve has the experience of being a college defensive coordinator and will bring a plethora of knowledge to the coaching staff. I believe being strategic about the depiction of Steve will prevent controversy and show utmost respect towards Steve's career, validates Bill's decision as a head coach to hire Steve. Yo, she is running this.
Bill he's doing it different than he has in the past. I think the reflex, and it might be the right reflex, is to think that means this ain't gonna work. There is an argument that maybe it is gonna work, but running a company that don't exist feels like some silliness. I mean, while the responses to the emails and that stuff suggest that she's on top of things, and maybe that's stuff that Bill Belichick wouldn't normally concern himself with, so it's nice to have someone doing that. But I don't walk away from all these latest things feeling more confident. Maybe I should, but I don't walk away feeling more confident. Not that I was I think my first reflex was like, yeah, Bill Belichick, hell of a coach. He's going to do well. And then I realized, and this is drawing from a little bit of my own experience, where like I started coaching my son's flag football team, and I'm like, man, I know more football than these idiots. Flag football is a different game. So I humbled myself. And I think the same thing is true for Bill, where it's like, all right, we assume Bill knows football so well, but college football is a different animal. And so that like made me hesitant of thinking how great he's going to be. And now the fact that he trying all this stuff that he would have never permitted him to happen in his organization is now just makes me concerned for where they go. Or maybe it's him showing a willingness to change. Maybe this will be the difference. He'll be win a national championship in 5 years, and we'll say it's all because of his 24. Is she really 24? Like, every time I hear it, it blows my mind.
24. Now, I would like to throw out here that just because a company isn't registered doesn't mean it does not exist. Bill Belichick is a company. Bill Belichick is a brand. She just needed a title. Right. Like she can't just put Jordan.
That's a good point.
I'm the chick he's sleeping with. Yeah. Right. Like that was insufficient. I get that. She gave herself something, but it sounds like, so one of my thoughts about why I wasn't sure that this was going to work, and I'm still not sure that it's going to work, is that coaching in the NFL, you're really just coaching.
Right.
Coaching in college is a lot more like hosting a big time television show. Like, what I did not realize when I did game theory, what I didn't realize until I did game theory, is the significant majority of my time was for not doing game theory, right? It's press stuff here. It's these meetings there, and all that stuff. And for Belichick and with college, it's meeting with boosters, it's doing these golf tournaments. You got to do a lot of glad hand and stuff. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that's not doing the football. And she is like, nah, baby, don't you worry. I got this under control, right? Where Deion Sanders got his son running the social stuff, right? Like, he brought in his team of people. Nah, that's his team. His team is right there. And clearly, I want to hear some stories about how she grew up, because I don't know if she is any good at this, but she has fallen into the role immediately.
And it seems like a role that he needed, I guess.
Yes.
I feel like I'm coming around on this a little bit. It still don't feel right with me, but like it is a job that needs to be done. And it feels like players who show up to the league with their moms, whereas like there's a little bit about it that feels like, come on, man, hire a professional. But also, this person got your back.
Yeah. I mean, look, it is a touch embarrassing, right? Yeah. This is not a good look for him.
Would we feel different? Sorry, would we feel different if she was closer to age appropriate and she was just as involved? If she was 50,
yes, the issue is the age part, right? Now, the defense of him, and I think this should be noted, and there's somebody who is probably listening to this podcast who will agree with what I'm saying here. Okay. I want you to go ask somebody who's elderly, because Bill Belichick, one could argue, was legitimately elderly, right? Go find somebody whose elderly father is dating a woman in her 20s, 30s, even 40s. Okay. And you go ask them who they think the predator is. Just go ask them, right? I don't know who's right and who's wrong, but I do know that there is a bit I do not believe there is a consensus opinion in this discussion about for whom the age dynamic creates the role of predator and who creates the role of play. Because let me tell you something, Bill Belichick does not seem to be somebody who is doing the hunting anymore. Yeah. He seems like, you got me. Yeah. I've been tied up by love.
I don't. I'm sure. Well, never mind. I'm just gonna move right along.
Yeah. I don't even want to have to look. And look, maybe she tried to ingratiate herself to Steve when she sending them emails having Steve's back.
Yeah. The idea of prey or predator to me is never something I engage in with people who are able-bodied and of able mind and of legal age. Because Bill ain't stupid. No older man is stupid. And the younger women, they ain't stupid. What I would say though is there are some norms. And I was listening to your show talking about Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah.
And that's a situation where the norms have not been set, and they are currently trying to figure out what the norms are going to be. But in this situation, there are norms, and it's okay for us to look at Nico and say, hey, that's outside of what we believe are acceptable. It's okay for us to say that to Bill also. But Nico ain't break no laws. Bill ain't break no laws. Ain't nobody in this. It's not a secret. Predator and prey is I'm on her side with this. It's calling somebody a predator that's vicious.
That's
that
harsh.
Feels that's like you hanging out trying to get them. They happen to sit next to each other on the airplane, and Bill got stuff that she liked. She got stuff that Bill liked. Seemed like a fair trade. I don't need to get into it as long as nobody getting hurt.
Yeah, I hear you. By the way, check your phone. I just sent you something that'll make you laugh. Yo, I'm telling you, man, this is her chance. In the end, when this is all said and done, I want somebody to do some long I want to know all the things about her and at what point she looked and saw this and was like, watch how I flip this. I'm not saying she don't care about him. I'm not saying she don't. Right. I'm not saying any of those things. But love has found her a chance to make things happen. Because let me tell you what she ain't never going to do after this. She ain't never going to deal with no broke boy ever again. She has now got her foot into a world of cats with this kind of paper who need this type of woman right here.
Or she might deal with only broke dudes. I don't know what she might do.
Oh, well, no. That depends. Like, that would imply that she is embezzling from Bill Belichick in such a way that she will never need money again.
No, it's not. I'm not implying that at all. I'm saying that she is setting herself up in order to make her own money. Like, she is making herself.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
If this goes well, yeah.
Hey, you and I both know this, right? We both seen enough to say this. Ain't no woman got so much money that she would not rather spend yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, every now and then you get somebody like the former Mrs. Bezos who seems to take great joy tricking off Jeff Bezos's money onto regular dudes.
She I mean, I think the idea that she is amassing a level of experience and connections that she gonna be fine. Like, and the way we're talking about this is like it's a career, because it has turned into a career, and it feels a little bit like
she's doing a job,
right? It feels a little bit like we're saying that they're not in love or whatever. I'm not passing any judgment on that, but also along with that, she's become a real damn CEO of Belichick Industries, or CEO, whatever the hell she is. Like, she's actually doing some shit in college sports, in a place where the landscape is constantly changing. We don't know we're hiring GMs. We don't know all the roles that are going to be needed. She is redefining the role of coach's wife.
Hey, let me give you some suggestions of things that she could perhaps put on her business card. I'm the lights that keep the street on. You know what I'm saying? Like dimple in your necktie. That's her. That's her. She is here to upgrade you.
Yep.
Take me just to compliment the deal.
That is absolutely what she is doing. And I don't know, she got his back, it seems. So again, I don't got no issue with it. It seems pretty straightforward. Arrangement that it's like the words that I use make me feel bad, because I'm calling it arrangement. Like, they in a situation that seems to work fine for everybody.
It seems to work for everybody, but I can't think of a time that a coach's girlfriend or anything has been this visible a part of what they're doing. I just this is unprecedented as far as I can tell, and with the most unlikely person.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, and most of the time we get the reluctant person who becomes a little bit more famous, and I guess she's kind of reluctant. No, not really, because I'm thinking about like Sark's wife, and like that's only a big deal.
Ain't no reluctance there.
Yeah, but I mean, she's not like in it. You know what I mean?
No. She just wants you to look at her fits.
Exactly. Which is entirely different. That's something that we're accustomed to. It's entirely different. I don't imagine that she is policing the social media of Texas or defending his coach hiring.
No. She is only defending his fits. The one that he wore to the game, that was the same as hers.